What's good, people? I know what time it is. About to randomly relate reverse Vance, no hate. Now, here is what I'm going to talk about. Now, I was listening to Mr. Two Hands. I don't know. His boxing channel is cool, man. He does a lot of funny, fly shit on there too. Like, I watch his show and I crack up, man. Like, but I dig, how he goes to the extent to show what his source of information to support his claims, which is shit coming right out of the horse's mouth that people may have not paid attention to. Okay. But this is what I want to talk about, man. He did, he had something on his channel that made me laugh, man, because when I say we, friends of mine, other people who don't really care about you making YouTube pages, but we talk about these things. And one of the things we talk about is funny because on his channel, it was funny how, different people was voicing their opinions about Deontay Wilder, right? Yeah, we talking about Deontay again. And this is my thing, okay? If I tell you, okay, I don't give a fuck what other channel says what, who's trying to, whatever their opinions are, whether I agree with them or not, that's not the point. I'm not trying to make you like any fighter, okay? I'm not trying to make you dislike any fighter. We're just having conversations. But I will say, okay, when you care so much about a person, and like a lot of you Deontay Wilder fanboys love to get attitudes with people because they state their opinions and also facts of things that came out of his mouth. Oh, what about this and that? How come y'all ain't make, a video about this and this? Because I make videos about what the fuck I want to make them about. That's why. You motherfuckers don't tell me what the fuck I'm making videos about. It's as simple as that. Now, 2, I don't know Anthony Joshua. I don't know Deontay Wilder. I don't know Floyd Mayweather. I don't know Roy Jones. I don't know any of these guys. Okay? So you might want to see them win, but unlike the rest of you, I am not laying in my bed with my fucking fingers crossed behind my head, staring at the ceiling, wondering what they should have did different. You lose, man. My son gets in there and want to fight or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna be in my son's corner, but you know what? I'm gonna be honest. Okay, let him know. Because I don't want him to go in there thinking he's better than he is, or underestimating himself and going there and not be himself. But here's the deal, okay? If I say I think it's too late for Deontay Wilder, I don't give a shit if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's not about me saying I hate Deontay. I want to see him lose. No, he's not a fighter I root for. No, but at the same time, I don't know him to dislike him. I don't dig a lot of the dumb shit that he say. And like I said before, talking about staring a kid in the eyes while I want a body on my record. I want to stare a kid in his eyes while his daddy body on the floor twitching. To this day! All that bullshit. I don't like that kind of dumb shit. Just like when Mike Tyson was talking, I want to eat his kids. And I ain't like that dumb shit Mike was saying either. I could give a fuck about how you feel because, but he got the right to say it and I got the right to feel how I feel. So what? Like I always say, what you gonna do about it? Nothing. So what's the purpose of the attitudes because you speak the truth? Okay. Anyway, this is what I want to get into. If you are a fighter, okay, if you do anything in life and you're headstrong, you know it all, there's no more for you to learn, there's nothing else that you can do to improve, okay, you have to also accept the consequences and the shortcomings, the downfall that come with that. Because let me tell you something. As a grown adult, okay, you don't become perfect, but you should have more common sense and get wiser with age. Okay. Deontay Wilder, I don't give a fuck if George Foreman comes to his house, bring his Foreman grill, and cook him one hell of a fucking meal. And they have a nice long discussion over lunch. If Deontay Wilder does not know how to employ this shit into his fight style, to implement these things, what's going to be different? Because he had a conversation? So is he going to go in a rematch and talk Fury to death? He has to understand that anybody, I don't give a fuck about what Buddy McGirt said or whoever talking about, oh, it's just a few things he need to learn. No, let me tell you something. Let me say this shit right here. Deontay Wilder has zero footwork. Deontay Wilder walks straight back. And like my man said, he just goes around the four corners of the ring. He did that same exact shit against Bermane Stiverne. Just back it up. They're talking about the foot. What fucking footwork? He can't skip around and move it. That is not what Deontay does. He does not know how to do that shit. He doesn't have the legs for that shit, man. So, if I'm saying this because I hate Deontay Wilder. What the fuck would I hate him? I don't know him. I'm saying he needs to learn a lot of things. He needs to learn how to give angles, snap his jab, move, set angles, set trade. He doesn't know how to do the basic shit. You got two fucking eyes that work, right? Okay, so all these meatballs he knocked out, when he got in there with the stiffer competition, all Luis Ortiz was just better than the other guys he fought. There's nothing special about Luis Ortiz. Look at Luis Ortiz's resume. And he made the same shit he claimed he wouldn't do in the rematch he did. So, I mean, think about this, okay? No, fuck that. Let me give you a simple story as an example. There's a kid that wanted to play basketball. And he loves playing basketball. He plays with my kids. He wanted to try out for the team at his school. And he was telling me, like, yeah, we got trials tomorrow. And I'm ready. And I just told him, I said, listen, just understand you got to work on everything. It's not about sitting back watching, Stephen Curry and LeBron James and trying to imitate them. It's one thing to be outside in your backyard or, out in, park shooting around but when you're trying to make a team, you got rules and regulations you got to follow and you got to be ready. You have to know the game. You have to start watching basketball, understand the rules, understand what you need to do. And I told him, I said, one of the things that I see, you're scared to go to your left side. You go to your right. You only go to your left when somebody just stands there and just watch you walk around. As soon as somebody get up on you, you don't like pressure. When they put defense on you, you climb up and you go to your right, and they force you to make shots. Go try to make shots you don't want to make. You're trying to shoot like 5-pointers, man. You're like way out there. Like, you got to work on your dribble. You got to know how to go behind your back, your handle, your cross, all that. I said, so these are things you need to work out on. Work on. Well, that was a bit much for him for the next day. And that's not what I was trying to tell him, that like he's going to overnight just develop. What I was saying, that's the things he's got to work on, because I didn't want to say you're not going to make the team, but I knew that he's not going to make it, because I'm watching him and he has no skills. He went, tried out, and he didn't make it. Man, he didn't take it too well. I could see it bothering him, and so now you're going to school with the other kids, right? They made it. You didn't. So it makes you feel kind of, man. So what happened was, he said, coach told him the same exact things I told him. He said he went to the coach like, well, how come you didn't pick me? And he just, oh man, I'd love to have picked you. I wish I could pick all your kids, but this and this and this. And he just told him, and he gave him some drills and stuff to do, and told him like, yeah, this is what you need to work on, definitely. And start watching basketball, because he doesn't even know the rules of basketball. Well, the other day, this kid ran up to me, hey, look, right? So now this coronavirus, that's what the kids do. They, get on the computer and do their schooling. And then after that, for a couple hours, then they go outside and they play. This little guy, now mind you, this is just from last summer to now. Crossing over, going behind his back, run, spin, hit, go to his left hand. Guess what? He's been practicing his ass off. Y'all see where I'm going with this, right? Okay. But if beating the other kids that's no better than him makes him happy and he's content with that, how would he get better? It took him to try to do something to take a step further to realize, damn, I'm not that good yet. Well, Fury was Wilder's step up, and Wilder needed to work on some shit. It's as simple as that. Wilder doesn't throw fucking combinations. You call that wild windmill shit combinations? He doesn't work off his jab. His jab is just used to get space, give him distance, because he doesn't know what the fuck he wants to do. And you can clearly see, even in his body language, his facial expressions, Wilder is not as good as he think he is. And right now, Wilder is his own worst enemy, man. He clowned and talked shit about Fury for changing his teams and talk about Joshua should change his team. I'm still with the same people. Now, you might still have the same people, but George Foreman wasn't always in your camp. You don't have a problem with taking advice from Mayweather, right? Okay. At the end of the day, you have to grow. You have to learn. You know, I used to love watching those old Kung Fu movies. I still watch them, right? There was always this one guy who they knew he had this one style, and then they would go after him, and they didn't realize this motherfucker knew 5 other styles, right? So after they done showed everything they have, he switch up on them. And you ever notice they always had to jump the guy, right? Now, they're the good guys, but they got to double and triple team this one guy because he's just too bad for just one-on-one, right? So it's like basically the moral of it is teamwork in that situation. And one-on-one, no, they couldn't beat him. Wilder needs a team. He needs to learn and listen to his team. Because what I see with Wilder, what I think is Wilder, like, you know, I'm not the first one to say this, but I've said this from day one, is it seems like he has a bunch of yes men around him. When you listen to them and how nobody corrects him. For him to sit here and make bullshit excuses about costumes and all, you motherfuckers that claim, well, that let him call y'all his, you know, he's your king or whatever. You should, hey, Wilder, nah, man. We support you, my brother, but we not gonna let you get that. No. Ain't no costume, man. You didn't perform. It's as simple as that. Have you ever heard Muhammad Ali? Have you ever heard, and that's something that one of the dudes was saying, but see, and it's like, yeah, this is some of the shit I was even saying before. Like when that shit happened, all these excuses. Have you ever heard these motherfuckers make those excuses? Joe Frazier, one of the all-time greats, got bounced around the ring twice by Foreman and got knocked out in 2 rounds. You didn't hear excuses, did you? You didn't hear motherfucker, well, the ring walk was too long. Well, I mean, the fact that y'all even let him get away with that, the fact that you even let him think that he's okay how he is, he doesn't need to develop. He's fine. Oh, Fury cheated. That's what happened. So you motherfuckers don't feel like, yo, Wilder, man, hey, look, hey, man, we want to see you win. You know, we want to see you get on top of shit, man. So all that shit y'all do, arguing with other people, typing in your little feelings because people say shit. If this dude doesn't learn how to throw combinations, he doesn't know how to snap his jab and give angles, set traps, if he doesn't know how to do all that shit, use lateral movement, fight off the back foot if he need to, learn how to, you know, if he can't do that, how the fuck is he going to be the guy? I think when people say shit like these heavyweights ain't that good though. This right. And he was getting outboxed by Gerald fucking Washington. And Gerald Washington got tired, started leaving himself over. He was getting outboxed, was losing every round to fucking Gerald Washington. And you gonna fucking tell me that this dude doesn't need to learn and add more to his game? So we're wrong for pointing these things out. AJ, one thing I respect about AJ's always talking about, I'm still learning. You know, I don't want to put pressure, so it's not pressure. I just love to fight, and I go and I train. I train one step at a time, and he talks really sensible, man. All this motherfucker calling himself a king and walk around holding his, you know, thing like he's Bill Goldberg, like he's a fucking wrestler with this shit on his shoulder, and just real arrogant and always have a lot to say. He's talking about his ring IQ and all this shit. You know what I bet you? I'll bet AJ knows more about American boxing history than Deontay Wilder does. Now, I would never say any man could beat me. You would never hear me, oh no, I mean, I'm good, but I don't give a fuck who. When you fight and you can hold your own, you feel confident you can beat any fucking body. I get that. That doesn't mean I'm going to go around just saying, yo, I'll fuck anybody up. There's ways to answer questions. Between AJ and Wilder, excuse me, look at the difference between one of the biggest differences. AJ always gives props and show nothing but respect, man. And I don't feel like he need to bow down to anybody or nothing like that. But I mean, you got Wilder talking about he done knocked out Joe Louis. He didn't. It's fine that you have confidence. Just like I said, I ain't never gonna say no motherfucker can beat me. Period. I don't give a fuck. Period. I nobody. I ain't never gonna have no fear of nobody. And, I can't beat. Fuck that, man. But you don't hear me saying, oh, I'd beat this motherfucker. I'd do that. I'd did this to him. I didn't know. So why do I even need to say that shit? Wilder is so arrogant and full of himself. He's talking about how he did knock this one out. He did knock Ali out in his prime. He did knock out Tyson. He did this and that. Well, you couldn't even knock out Tyson Fury. So here's the thing. AJ's giving these guys props. I mean, who did he fight? I think it was after the Brazil fight. He had the Roy Jones and all the great You're My Inspirations. This fucking Wilder sitting there pitch talking about he knocked everybody out. He's this and that. All this tough guy act he tried to put on. He's a tall, skinny, frail dude, man. I don't give a fuck about that right hand bullshit. If you know how to fucking fight, you know what you're doing, you know how to defend all that shit. This dude got one fucking weapon. One. A fucking right hand. If he's my fighter, and it's like, look, plain and simple. Somebody like Deontay, you got to say, look, you want to win against the top guys, you want to keep fighting these fucking meatballs. Because you're going to have to learn how to fucking work. You got to build you up, bro. Because right now, what's going to happen? You're going to get in there with somebody. You're going to fucking get your ass whooped because you refuse to learn. And if you don't want my help, and you know what, man? There's other fighters I can train. Because I'm not going to sit here and bite my tongue and watch you skip around here throwing fucking Hadouken stupid street fighter uppercuts and you know, like even Bruce Wayne pointed that shit out. Twerk dancing and all that shit. I mentioned this on somebody else's page in the comment section who was, all, joking around and saying shit. And I said the same thing, like, it's too bad when, he couldn't throw the fireball punch. And in person, they knew what I was talking about. They started laughing. Put LOL up there. And you got these fucking Wilder fans who nobody's talking to. Oh, man, y'all, why y'all always say this about AJ? I'm like, you are some emotional wreck motherfuckers. That's why they like Wilder. They're just alike with that sensitive shit. You probably going, man, see, you attack. No, I'm just being realistic. If my son, okay, especially something like boxing, where you can get killed in it, brain damage, can get permanent damage done to you. Do you think if my fucking son decides he wants to get in that ring, and I know in my heart for one, nah, he's not ready, but he's arrogant as fucking think he is, do you think I'm gonna sit here and, hey man, he might get lucky, and then one day I'm sitting there holding my son's hand, crying on his hand because he's laying there brain dead or fucked up? You can be in shape and be fit and still, go in there and shit can happen. So if you in there half-assing it and you can't fucking really fight, like people keep saying, what's up with Shane Mosley's son? I don't know. But, and a lot of times behind closed doors, man, people, they keep it real. When they come to their family, like, nah, man, you shouldn't be in there, man. I mean, look what Joe Frazier, when Marvis Frazier fought Larry Holmes. Marvis Frazier had 10 fucking fights. What the fuck was Marvis Frazier doing there with Larry Holmes, man? What the fuck was he doing in there with him? And when he got in there with Tyson, it was like, damn, Joe, I believe you love your son, but that ain't the smartest thing, man. Because Marvis Frazier, and I mean this with no disrespect, but Marvis Frazier sucked, man. He was not good, man. He was a mediocre fighter. He did what happened, but he shouldn't have been in there with neither one of them. Okay. And thankfully for him, nothing happened to him when he didn't come out brain dead enough. But I mean, those fights, why was he in there? Now you can look and say, yeah, but look, Leon Spinks fought Ali, and he only had 7 fights, right? And this was also a fading Ali, right? Ali was, this Ali, to me, losing to Leon Spinks showed you If you didn't think he was faded, he's faded. Leon Spinks, come on. I mean, Ali beat him in a rematch. Here you are, a veteran. You lost to a guy with only 7 professional fights. Yeah, this was Ali on his way out. Now, if you know the story with him and Larry Holmes, Ali, they said he was showing signs of brain damage before that fight. It should never happen, but Ali needed money. And they said that Ali was failing tests. He failed the test that they give you, but to make the fight happen. And people like, yeah, Larry Holmes retired him. No, he didn't. Muhammad Ali's last fight was with Trevor Berbick. And I remember, watching that fight, sitting there studying this shit, and I can remember people like, man, Ali won. They just want him to retire, man. They robbed him. Ali won. No, Ali got beat fair and square. Ali's reflexes was gone. His hand speed was gone. His power was gone. He was throwing punches like in a weird way. Like his punches looked, he couldn't get out of the way of shots. Trevor Berbick clearly won that fight. But this was Ali was just a shell of himself. Holmes wasn't his last fight. It was with Trevor Berbick. He lost a decision, unanimous decision. And that fight, Ali needed money. If you don't have any other, source of income, what are you gonna do, right? It's not like nobody's raising money for you or giving you anything. And, that kind of stuff, you look at it and you're like, it's sad, but Ali was a great fighter that fought past his prime. Okay. You can't even say Deontay Wilder is a late bloomer because he still doesn't even do basics, man. So all that staring in the camera, screw face, and jumping up, throwing Hadouken and twerking your ass in the camera and all this bullshit, man. And I'm saying, the guy keep breaking his fucking hands. He don't know how to fucking punch properly. Now, if any one of you take this as hate, well, so what? I have no reason to hate that man. I'm just speaking about some shit that is obvious and it's apparent to anybody else except for the fanboys. Because y'all think, oh, they're talking about our king the wrong way. No, you know what? Let's be real. If you see that video he made, your king is here. And I will rise from the ashes like a phoenix. I ain't going nowhere. What was all the aggression and anger about? Who were you mad at? You act like you got robbed. You got your ass kicked, man. So I didn't get, what was the purpose of this video? You know what happens? Think about this. If somebody stole from you, right? Did something wrong to you that you know that shit was wrong. And they know it was wrong because they know if you did it to them, right, how they'd feel. But this person doesn't come to you and apologize. Now, you realize, right? So he or she don't care about what they did. No apology, okay? Now, let's say some time goes by, that person sees you and go, hey, what's up? And expect you to just start talking like nothing never happened. You know what you come to realize when you wising up? People will say, forgive and forget, let bygones be bygones. To an extent, and I'm going to tell you the bullshit in that. It's because they're showing you there's no growth. What they did wrong, they don't see as wrong. And they're too stubborn. Even though they know it's wrong. But they're too stubborn to come forward. So there's no growth for them to, hey, you know what, man? I apologize for that situation that happened, man. I was wrong. There's no excuse for that. I should have never done that. And I feel bad, and I'm asking for your apology, man. They accept my apology. They don't do that. Fuck that. I ain't apologizing. Nah, man. Right? That means they'll do it again. Because they don't really feel bad about what they did. Now, in that same sense, Wilder has yet to say, at least publicly, I lost. Everything is just excuse, and he went into hibernation. Okay, whatever. But at the end of the day, if you really care about this guy like y'all claim y'all do, when you typing all this shit in there, instead of sucking his ass, tell him, hey, champ, you got or king, whatever the fuck y'all call him, hey, add more to your arsenal, man. Get on your ground with this boxing shit. You 35 now. 34, 35. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be difficult for you the longer you wait. I'm saying I don't see him changing shit. What is he going to change? What is Wilder going to do at 34, 35 that he haven't been doing all through his fucking 20s? What is he going to do different? Oh, now he's going to get strong legs and be able to dance and move. And what is he going to do different? But anyway, no, it's not because we hate Deontay Wilder. Like I said, I don't know that man to hate him. Why would I hate Deontay Wilder? Like I said, I don't like a lot of the dumb shit that he says. But at the end of the day, it's like, it doesn't bother me personally. There's a lot of fighters who I don't really care for their style or their, you know, personalities is kind of, you know, you ain't got to try to prove nothing to me. Who am I to you? Just like, who the fuck are you to me, right? So I just relate to people. We kick it, we have kind of, I have fun doing this shit, man. I don't take none of this to heart. You'll never hear me, I get pissed off because you're all this and this. You're mother. No. I'm about to go home, bust everybody's ass at some poker. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here angry about nothing. I enjoy watching fights, man. We need to focus more on stop being. See, my thing is everybody love to like sit up and be such. They're so biased to who they like and they get so touchy, but they can't sit back and just analyze shit and say, you know what? Yeah, I see why he lost. Nah, you know what? He should have been doing this and this, right? He just lost. That's all. No matter what we say or do, it's not going to change shit, right? Unless these motherfuckers realize. It's not because of what we say, it's because of what they understand. Once you lose that people, they don't have that fear of you anymore. They don't have that still, okay, fuck his right hand. He's going to have uphill battles, man. So everybody talking about he's going to knock out Dylan White, he's going to knock out Joshua, he's still not. All this shit you guys are talking. We'll see. But I'm guaranteeing you, as soon as if he doesn't add this shit, I don't see how he's going to be able to. I guarantee you this shit, man. As soon as Wilder gets hit, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So what? But I don't think I am, and I'm not even worried about being wrong. As soon as Wilder gets hit, I don't give a fuck what George tells him. I don't give a fuck if Roy Jones trains him, if Mayweather. I don't care who trains him. I don't give a fuck if Zeus, if the god Zeus got in his body and made him a warrior. As soon as he gets hit, starts getting cracked, he's going to resort to what he knows. And that's wild windmill shits, man. I'm what you call that shit, ambidextrous. I can fight either way. I can draw right with my right or my left hand. And I've always taken advantage of both. That the fact that I could do the same things on either side. Why not? And what I'm saying, you never seen him fight southpaw, right? Okay. Nobody's asking him to do a bunch of other shit, but why not? Why not? Give yourself the better chance you can to win it. Wilder's fucking left hand is nothing special at all. Nothing special. It's just that right, that straight right. It's not even the uppercut or the hook, it's the straight right. At the end of the day, once you get a motherfucker's number, it's difficult for them now. So y'all need to understand, well, at least speaking for me, I don't know that man that hate him. I just speak about what I see. I'm not losing sleep over none of this shit. I have no emotional attachment to none of these people. At the end of the fucking day, man, it's just entertainment and fun for us, man. I love watching a good fight. I just love fighting, period. So at the end of the day, for me, no, I don't take this shit to heart. I just enjoy a lot of shit. There's a lot of channels out there. I only watch a handful. I like the ones that I do, like Boxing Wave. I like his channel. I like Mr. Two Hands channel. That dude, he cracks me the fuck up. I like his channel, man. And Sporting Icons. And also like Bruce Vane and Counterpunch Boxing. I don't fuck with LDBC motherfuckers like Blue Blood and Dante's Boxing, any of them. I just can't, man. And here's the funny thing. I knew about their channels way before. I don't even remember how I came. All the other channels, I guess just because they're boxing channels and they pop up on YouTube, and now I just check them out. There's other channels like YB, and there's another guy, I can't remember his name at the time, but there's about maybe 7 altogether that I actually listen to. Maybe even more than that. But on a regular, I don't, and no matter what channel it is, I don't watch every topic. But I've been fucking with Mr. Two Hands channel more than everybody else's, man. His shit is funny, you know. But yeah, I just don't get caught up in that. Because like their thing is they just talk shit sometimes. I don't know what the fuck they're like. Why I hear them and it's like, okay. You know, and let me say this for the record. My family is mixed, man. You have, you know, everybody talk that black shit, this, that, whatever. Haitian people are black. Jamaicans, we're black. Africans, we're black. Black Americans, we're black. Okay? Guyanese, I can go on. If you're fucking Jamaican and your wife is American or vice versa, whatever, right? You're gonna sit and argue and be racist about who you choosing because so you choose fighters based on their nationality, but then at the same time it's like, if you really understand how petty this shit is, it'll make you go, you know what, it's not that important. So all of this racist shit, man, I really don't give a fuck about. You know, they talk about he did this for Black History Month, he wanted it and all that or whatever. I think Deontay just has no fan base, man. No real solid fan base. He has a following of his little personal clones, man. But like he's trying to get as much people as he can. I just feel like he's going about it the wrong way. The way he does it just looks real sloppy, unprofessional. It makes him look desperate. And I just think he does and says a lot of inappropriate shit. But anyway, I'm done talking about your man Deontay. I'm about to go home right about now. Bust that ass in some poker, some spades, blackjack, whatever you want to play. At the end of the day, man, it's all fun for me. So that's all I'm going to say on this video. Catch y'all on the next one.